Hey everybody, Stan with COE again, and I'm back again with another installment of a products video to just give you more information, more in depth on different products we have. Today, if you can see the screen, on page 68 and 69 in our 2021 catalog, excuse me, and I'm looking at the stand-up desking units. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on some things you may not know on each of the different units. So I'm going to start with the crank unit first. So this is a single stage unit, which lists with the crank. The crank can be mounted left or right. And something you may not know is that each crank of the handle moves the unit 1/2 of an inch. So moving it quite a bit does not take a lot of cranks. It is not as labor intensive as people think. Obviously, these units remain popular because of their lack of need for electric and things to break. And in areas where people just don't move them a lot. Pretty unsophisticated and pretty inexpensive. So they can take our caster kit below the 83 casters. And we have the two different sizes which can fit varying tops. So you may have a little top overhang depending on which one you're using. Okay, so then we have the pneumatic unit. Same thing, we have varying sizes there. For different size tops, but the frame is the same. The frame doesn't expand. You do have the gas lift handle, which again can mount left or right. It's on a cable, which can stretch either direction and work. Now keep in mind with this one, you may not have the lifting capacity you have on others. So if you have somebody who is particularly short or there's very little weight on there, you need pressure to push down on this. No different than sitting on a gas lift on a chair. And hitting the handle when you're seated in it, your body weight is moving it down. If you don't have weight, it's not going to move very easily. So I do advise caution when specifying these units. The proper application, they are great. In the wrong application or with the wrong person, they are not great and can cause you some headaches. If you have questions, you always feel free to ask your rep, or certainly you can always reach out to me. We have the single post unit, which is pretty much what it says. It's a single column unit. It's meant for small tops or corner units in workstations, panel systems, and things like that to be used. Do note that all of our different size feet are true depth, 20 or 24, and that's on all the units all the way across. So you can use these in panel systems and push them all the way back. Some of our competitors do not do that. And if you have 24-inch deep tops, their feet may be 27 inches deep, which means they will not go all the way back flush to the back of a panel and then would stick out. Ours are not done like that. That's why we have two different depth feet on all the units specified 24 and 30. So you can go back tight up to a wall or again, a panel, whatever the application may be. So with the single post, it's a 3-stage unit going up and down, and with the remote control, which is just an up and down. So it's a pretty basic unit. When we move into the corner unit is a little underknown unit. So the new one here, we've changed a few things with this, is we've changed the technology as of 2021 for most people, which really doesn't matter. It does come with the 4-position digital remote. So it's got a 4-position memory in it and a digital readout. It has the gyro sensor, which if you're not familiar with the gyro sensor technology, it is very sensitive. It means literally when the unit is in motion, you can just hit it with your hand and it will shut off. So ultra safe from that aspect. It also now this year comes with the middle center column leg on either side. There's a little push button. And rather than just being at a 90-degree angle, this can actually open and work with 120-degree work surfaces. So a little bit more flexibility in the unit. And then both sides, the left and the right of the unit, telescope, open and closed from 60 to 78 inches. So on where my cursor is right now on the left side, if I wanted that to be 60 and I wanted the right side to be 78 inches, I could have that one be 78 inches and the front only be 60. And of course, vice versa, I could go the opposite way. So whatever you would want to do within those measurement restrictions, you can do. I'm also not saying that you can't hang over the leg a small amount to one side or the other. You can. Tops can overhang these legs a little bit. You don't have to go exactly 78 inches. If you have something and you want to make it a little longer and you want to go 84, I say you have to be smart here. Is you want to make sure that if somebody has overhangs and somebody sits on the top, literally they could crack the top in half or off right at the leg. So you wouldn't want too much overhang. All depends on the usage and where it's going and what everybody is comfortable with. So a lot of flexibility here. This is the one unit we do sell that comes with the feet. All the units I've talked about so far come standardly with the feet when you specify the sizes. When we move to our rectangular units, up at the top of this page, the basic, regular, and deluxe, these three do not come with the feet. You have to order the feet separately. We have the standard fixed feet. We have now the mobile feet, which is the reason why these do not come with feet, is you have feet options. So we have the mobile feet now, which there's a set of wheels at the back of the feet. So you could lift the unit up from the front, kind of like a wheelbarrow, and move it around, make it easily mobile. And then we have a single adapter foot, which is for a very specific use, which I'll get into later. So the deluxe, the regular, and the basic. So the deluxe is a unit we've had for many, many years. It's a workhorse unit. It lifts 350 pounds is the weight capacity. So you could have equipment on here and other things and be right within the dual motor. It's a 3-stage dual motor unit. All of our electric units here we're talking about are all dual motor units. The difference is just the weight capacity and the technology, or the either 3-stage or 2-stage legs. So the deluxe unit, you got to specify the feet, again, either 24 or 30 or the mobile. It only comes standardly with the up and down arrow. If you want the remote, you want to go down here to optional remotes. The top one says Deluxe Remote Programmable. That goes with the deluxe unit, and that would be the unit you would need. When we move over to the regular unit, now this one is a 3-stage leg also, dual motor, but it has a gyro sensor in it, but its weight capacity is only 220 pounds. So a little less weight capacity, 220 pounds is still a lot of weight. That is going to move anything most people want to move or put on their desktop with ease here. And it does come with a 4-position digital readout, remote, and memory set. So you've got all the features here. Both of the deluxe and the regular and the basic expand from 48 to 72 wide, by the way. So they'll fit any size top down from 48 to 72. We do have the shortening kit, which is available for these units, for the deluxe and the basic. It's shown here below where my cursor is, so you could take these down to 36 if you wanted to make a unit as small as 36 and be electric, height adjustable. So again, regular 3-stage leg. When we move over to the basic, it's a lot of the same things, 2-motor, but it's only a 2-stage leg instead of a 3-stage leg. So it's not going to go quite as far up and down. The dimensions here do tell you the story here. The regular unit goes from 24.5 to 50 inches high, and the basic goes from 27 and a fraction to 44.5, I believe is what it states there. So you don't get quite the range of motion. So if your end user is particularly tall, 44.5 really may not be sufficient. This is where use and the person are really very important in the specifying of the height adjustable unit. We do have our hat casing, which is shown here, which is our laminate surround like a desk. A couple important things here. The way we have it pre-packaged is with the deluxe unit, which is our heavy duty 350 pound capacity unit. You do not have to use that with it. You can have customer service change that out and use one of the other 2 units in it. These do not sit on feet in the bottom. These are actually bolted to the laminate from the underside. There's a metal plate and you actually bolt through the bottom of these legs. So it is attached to this laminate surround. And when you do see the unit below, it's complete. That's the top and the laminate surround, and the deluxe unit Again, we can change the height adjustable to either the regular or the basic if you want to hit a little different price point there. The last subject here is the single foot adapter, and is meant to go into this new setup of cabinetry where the hat unit is inserted in the foot. I'm going to skip up a couple pages here to 72, where you could see multiple uses of this, where that unit is inset into that. Again, kind of like the hat casing, this column is bolted to the bottom here from inside. There is not a foot sitting on the floor underneath this cabinet. The actual unit is bolted to the cabinet here. And because of this being bolted and sitting actually bolted to the inside bottom of this shelf, we need this adapter foot here. So that is why we have that special foot option. It is only used here when you're inserting it into one of these cabinets, when you're using this cabinet either with the power wall or when you're making a desking unit where, again, one leg of the hat unit is in the cabinet. All right. Obviously, we have our accessories that go with these. We have modesty panels. We have some hang-on specialty units, which work not just with hat units, but with our benching. So we have the personal storage cabinet. We have the pedestal, which is kind of a mini box file unit, which can also be made mobile, and a couple of hang-on accessories for the open hanging storage, and numerous top options. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing very important on the regular and the basic is, and the reason we have mobile feet is we now have the optional battery pack. So this is a rechargeable battery pack, which will last for 80 to 90 cycles. The cycle is going up and down one time. And it only works on, again, the regular and the basic unit, but that's why we have mobile feet. And you can truly be mobile and have an electric height adjustable unit by using a battery pack. So that is the unit down here. And one last thing I did not mention about the basic is the basic comes with an up and down arrow. You can upgrade to a 4-position memory remote. Here is the programmable remote right here in the handset for an extra $80 list on the basic unit. So you can have all the full nicer options of the regular unit or the corner unit with the 4-position deluxe remote. Okay, that handles it with this. I'm gonna sign off for now, and I'll be back with more informational videos on different series as we go. So please be on the lookout for my videos. Thank you again. Have a great day.